Welcome back to Beyond. Nope. Between therapy and reality. I don't know where beyond is, but
Oh my god.
we're going somewhere today.
To
Therapy and beyond. Um, yeah, so welcome back. I'm glad you guys decided to show back up. Today we're having a great conversation that's super anxiety provoking for me. Talking about self-love. So, Dana,
No.
I'm gonna start with you and pass the buck on this.
Let's see, like,
What is self-love?
what is self-love? Like, I mean, to me, like, I think it used to feel like it was, being, like, super confident,
Mm,
but I think it's more like being, how you treat yourself when you're not feeling confident. It's not like, I don't know, self-love isn't believing you're perfect or, like, it's just believing that, you're worthy of, you know, even when you're struggling.
yeah.
You're worthy of self-love even when you're struggling. I don't know. I don't know.
See,
I had my thoughts.
we're nattering.
Fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a great starting point because like self-love is it shows when you love yourself, it shows up through confidence. Um and that's why people find it hard to fake confidence
Mhm.
because like you can fake it to make it to some degree, but then once it's challenged, it's like it crumbles every time
Right.
because there's no like foundation for
Yeah.
it. So self-love for me is more of I guess it's like that inner dialogue that you have with yourself about all the
Mhm.
things like good, bad, ugly, um, what like body size, body type, what
Yeah.
your smarts, like are you intelligent? Are you stupid? Did I just make a comment that like now I'm gonna be overly critical about
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
all those things that tear us apart, that inner critic,
Yeah.
if you will.
I feel like that all starts back in childhood. Even though it starts back in childhood, we learn those inner voices, that inner critic that we get because of certain things that happen to us in childhood. But like we learn that it's a learned thing.
Mhm.
So like you can relearn to talk to yourself nicer. So I mean there's hope. You don't have to be stuck in that same
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Any behavior, any action, any thought can be unlearned.
Yeah.
Um, it feels impossible
Mhm.
sometimes.
Very.
Like especially the older you get, the longer you're like telling yourself or having these conversations with yourself in a negative way,
Mhm.
the harder it will be to unlearn it. There's a lot of work that has to be done, and you have
Right.
to be willing to do the
Yeah.
work.
Practice, practice,
Hmm.
practice.
Right. And that's what I always tell my clients. Like, I'm the therapist that will like challenge you and push you because you're here for a reason.
Right.
So if you're not going to do the work, you probably shouldn't come see me.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as every therapist probably does, I struggle to do the work myself.
Yeah.
Times I have to challenge myself to show up and do this. Like, I'll be talking and be like, oh, yeah, I told my client I should do X, Y, they should do X, Y, and Z. Why haven't I done that yet?
Yeah.
Why am I still over here like suffering?
Why do you think it's so hard, I don't know, to give yourself self-love? I mean, like, why do you think so many of us struggle with self-love? As a therapist, what do you think? I don't know. Sorry. Put you on the spot.
No, I mean, that's a valid question that a lot of people, like, that's what they struggle with. Like, why is this so hard for me? And like, why is it look like it's so easy for that person? And first, I think it's appearances.
Mhm.
Like social media makes us believe that self-love is supposed to be the easiest thing. Like you just have this perfect body, you have this perfect image, you have this perfect thing, the backgrounds, everything.
Yeah.
Like it looks perfect.
Yeah.
But turn off the camera, what's behind that?
Right.
Mess.
Life is not
Messy.
basically perfect.
Right. And I think it's learning how to take that mess and be okay with it on some ways be okay with it or change it.
Yeah.
And I lost the track of the question.
Oh, I was just asking, like, why do you feel like we have such a hard time with it? It's just because I think it's because 'cause we're just constantly measuring ourselves, comparing to others, and like you said, social media is just, like, doesn't help it at all,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah.
just as a good thing to, like, limit yourself on that because we can't we can't measure, our successes and how far we are in life compared to somebody else. We all are going through life in different ways and,
Mhm.
you know? Yeah.
Well, I think another factor of that is like trauma.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Like you said, a lot of it starts in childhood.
Mhm.
Like it could be a trauma that happened, and it could be like trauma doesn't have to be like this big major event. It can be the language that's used.
Yeah.
Um our generation, I assume
I'm a little and you
you're a little bit older, you're not that much older.
yeah.
But I assume this was still okay. But I'm older than I look.
This is true.
Our generation, there was like the fads, diet fads were so popular.
Yeah.
So popular. And like I remember hearing about going on different diets or let's try this, let's do this, let's do this workout, let's do that workout. And so I think some of that is that language can be used so heavily
Yeah.
that can create a trauma of sorts. I want to use that word lightly because it's not necessarily trauma, but it is in some way.
Yeah.
It's tricky. I want to pop psychology it, but turn it into something it's not. But it does lead, it has a lasting impact. And that terminology is what really indicates self-love for people when they're kids. Like, are they told they're loved?
Yeah.
Are they shown love if they do something? Are they only shown love when they do something good? Like get A's and the B's, or probably A's more than B's, but wasn't me. So, or like the sports, like did they get shown love only when they performed perfect, or like this is like here you won the race, you did the thing, like
Yeah.
is that when you were shown love through that performance? And that can be very indicative of how you love yourself today.
Very true. Yeah, I don't know. Like, people always like talk about like doing affirmations. Why are affirmations so weird? Like, I don't know. To tell someone to actually do like affirmations of trying to, build their self love, whatever. And like, just like thinking about myself, like, okay, looking in the mirror, like saying all the great things to yourself. You're so smart, you're kind, you're beautiful, you get to do this today. Why does it feel so weird? Like, because then I'm like telling myself, girl, just shut up. I'm going to cuss right now, but I'm not going to. But
Yeah. So, unpopular opinion as a therapist, I tell my clients not to do that because I don't think they work.
okay.
I like that. Sometimes there are a few clients that it works with. Um, and I even tell them, like, this is a very specific case where I want you to do this,
Yeah.
but it's not like the typical you're smart. It's like very specific to their situation.
Yeah.
But like, I tried those things when I was little
Yeah.
and I struggled with self worth
Mhm.
all the way up until probably like 5 years ago. So like, you can tell people to do that all day long,
Yeah.
but they, I don't know. I don't believe they help personally. I think it's just kind of like this cliche thing we do.
Yeah.
And some people like try to, what's that called? Where you do like the vision board, but it's not vision board. There's another word for it. I just blanked completely. It's not self-actualization. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, any people use it like you create your future by imagining your future.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can think of the word, put
That would be great. Yeah. Help us
let
out.
us know because can't come to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's the purpose of the affirmations is like if I say enough times, eventually I'll believe it.
Yeah. I'm practicing it. It's
And
almost to practicing it.
but you have to learn how to believe it.
Right.
And that's the piece that we miss
Yeah.
so often.
Yeah, whenever I was going through, like the beginning of my breakup, but even before the breakup, I was already in therapy because life was so unbearable at that time,
Yeah.
But like I had they were affirmations, but it's the word that you're trying to think of because I
Mhm.
can hear her saying it because it wasn't just like I'm this, I'm that. It was like
Manifestation.
there you are. Oh my God.
So exciting.
Yes. Yeah. You manifest what you think. Yeah. Yeah. Why is that the hard word? But like she had me put them on post-it notes everywhere. So it's not just like looking in the mirror at yourself, it's everywhere. So I had like a ton of freaking post-it notes of these three little statements that I needed to feel about myself and the things that I was thinking were so untrue.
I think one of the hardest things for me about loving myself is something I've struggled with for years and I keep saying it as an example is body image. Because from such a very young age to even now, like I still struggle with it some. It just looks different. But I always put so much of my self-worth or my desire towards men into my body image. If I didn't look this perfect way, if I didn't weigh this perfect amount, then I'm not lovable.
Mhm.
If I don't have this certain sex appeal, I'm not lovable. And so I put so much into that for so many years, like I'm talking years, that I was destroying my body and my mind through that. And it wasn't till having my son that I was able to realize that like none of that matters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
none of that matters.
Yeah, the right person's gonna love you no matter, like, how you look.
Right. They should if they don't let me throw
We can eat.
Like,
That was a dumb statement, whatever.
it's not no, it's not dumb, but that's
Yeah.
like I was with somebody who for almost a decade who he told me he didn't care about my body, but like he sure treated me certain ways that
Mhm.
like definitely felt like unattractive. I don't think I ever received a compliment from him.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest he came was probably our wedding day. And I don't even know if he actually complimented me then. Sorry. Yes, that's why we're not together. But I think there was obviously more to it, but because I hated the way I felt in my body, because I hated the way my body was functioning, there was a lot of self-hatred that showed up through it. So then I became like just an angry person.
Mhm.
And I resolved myself to I deserve this treatment. I deserve this love I'm receiving
Yeah.
because that's all I'll ever get.
Right.
Because I'm not perfect, therefore nobody will ever love me.
Yeah.
And like obviously, that's not true. I say obviously, you guys don't know what my life is like, but like,
It's okay.
I mean, I have friends who love me and show up for me. And my family doesn't give two craps about my body weight.
Yes.
They've never judged me. And like, I mean, I'm dating and like, I've been called beautiful more times than I can count. Like, I'm not bragging, but like, it's new. That's new. That's so really
Weird. It's
hard.
hard. It is.
Sure.
It's like, what are you wanting? Like, what's behind this?
Right. Like,
Mine started in childhood too. Like, or not 2 years was no. Like,
what?
it was, yeah. But that's where mine always goes back to. Like, I mean, I've gotten the compliments, yeah, and they never feel like for real. It always feels like there's gonna be something behind it because of all of the childhood trauma that I did have. Like Danny, he would I mean, it would just constantly talk about like something about our bodies, something about
Mhm.
my face. Like I had book teeth. They call me Bucky Beaver and it was ugly, as the ugly duckling of the family. And so like when your own dad is telling you, all these awful things about yourself, it's so hard to get out of that. Like, it's I don't know, it just feels like there's something else is coming after it. I don't know, you know.
I mean, yeah, I think that was kind of another piece for me is like whenever like any kind of compliment came, like I was told one time, like, I'm a really good cook because I can look in the fridge and make a meal. Like that was his compliment. But then like I make a meal and it's like picking apart why it's not a good meal. And it's like, so is this a compliment or not? Like,
Yeah.
do you actually like this or not? I no longer know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like everything was to keep me on my toes. So I never knew what was happening. And not every relationship was that bad, but they didn't work for a reason.
Mm.
And I know it wasn't always them. Even this wasn't 100% him. Like I had my own faults.
Um, I don't know, kinda like touching a little bit on like self-love and selfishness. So many people think like self-love is being like a selfish
Yeah.
kind of thing, especially like no offense to like men, but like women, we as moms, kind of go through that a little bit more. I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Mom guilt.
Yeah, because if we're not taking care of everybody else, like, I mean, it's
What I know.
selfish. Yeah, used to feel like that about saying no to certain things because I feel like that makes me mean or whatever. Like, I don't know. I'm still working on that today. So, got no real advice. What about you, Miss Therapist?
What did selfishness mean to you? Selfishness, is that what I said?
Taking from others and, I don't know, like not adding to somebody else, but then we forget about we need to be added to as well.
Right. And I think that's um like that adding to and taking away piece, because I use that a lot when I talk to my clients about relationships. And well, in therapy, I talk to them about relationships, and I talk to them if the person's not adding to your life and they're taking from your life, get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that can be applied in this way. Like selfishness is taking from people. So if you're taking, and you're never giving back, then that is selfishness. And mom guilt is horrible with that, where we think if we're not just give, then we are just failing as moms, and like our children are gonna hate us and we're just gonna create trauma. We're not gonna be in therapy for
Yeah. Then we're not even teaching them how to give themselves self-love because they're seeing,
Right.
well, when they become a parent too, that's well, mom did that. So but then,
Right.
but
And I think, I mean, obviously I still struggle with mom guilt because like
you're in it.
I'm in it,
Deep
right?
in it right now. Deep in the trenches of mommy.
And then also being a mom taught me to love myself.
Mhm.
So without it, I wouldn't have changed. I would never have done anything different. I was learning how to be content. As much as I didn't like what was happening to me, I was content with it. I was complacent, actually, not even content. I was complacent with it. And being a mom, I learned that A, my body size doesn't matter. And I don't know how that taught me that, but it did. And B, it helped me see like I am not my trauma. I've had so much trauma throughout my life, but that does not have to define and rule my life like it has. And so now I think for me, self love shows up through making decisions of yesterday I went to the gym to go for a walk for my cardio because it was cardio day and it was hot. And I was like, my son is now going to stay at home with my mom. He wasn't by himself. He was with his Gigi. And I was like, okay, I can do this. This is not a selfish act. This is a self-love act.
Yeah.
And normally when I have my son, I do the best not to leave the house because it's selfish. It's my time. But even just like, I mean, he's 5 and yesterday was the first time I was like, okay, I can do this and he will be fine.
Yeah.
Like he's not like nothing crazy is gonna happen. He's at home playing Legos.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like she
Yeah.
doesn't need me to supervise him playing Legos for 30 minutes.
Still gotta take care of you.
Yeah.
Gotta get your accountant in.
Yeah. So it's transitioning to that, like that added to my life. So to make me not like skinny, but healthy, like I'm healthier than I've ever been. But it also helps my mental health because I'm able to stay present and focused and I have more clarity and more awareness when I exercise than when I don't.
I used to feel like, self-love was like, doing things like that for yourself, like pampering, like, going and doing facials, stuff like that, or like my favorite. And my daughter's probably too, because I taught her this is, retail therapy. I don't know, really love yourself by going and getting something cute to make yourself feel good about yourself. I don't know, and then I realized it's really not like that. I don't know that not that simple. I don't know. Like for me, it's like saying no to certain things and realizing that it just has to be no. I would have to give an excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like going to bed, at a decent hour, just because I've been staying up so late. And then I'm like, cuckoo the next day. I'm trying to get up. It's like, I'll just do whatever. But leaving jobs, or relationships,
Yeah.
when they're not peaceful anymore. And
No, changing those situations is just as important as the self-care.
yeah, absolutely. Asking for help
Mm-hmm.
instead of pretending, I've got this on my own.
You are not
Yeah.
bad at that at all.
Or even something like just actually eating, because being by myself, I forget so much, and it sounds silly. Like, oh, yes, I get hungry, but like sometimes it's so hard to just feed myself, and so like I've been practicing on not just having my coffee and Alani and a bowl full of anxiety all day.
It's funny you say that because I've had so many conversations recently with my single dads about in therapy about taking care of yourself. Because I didn't realize there's one guy, he's like, I drink water like maybe 32 ounces a week. And I was like, I think like 32 ounces in an hour? Like, what are we doing here?
Wowie.
Yeah, so it was like, hey, Hanks, let's start taking care of ourselves. Like, let's start showing up for ourselves so you can teach your kids what that looks like. Because you can say all day long, don't do as I do, as I do what I say, not what I do, whatever that phrase is. But like kids always pick up on the actions. Like the actions speak louder than the words. Right. So I think we talked about that in one of our other action sessions, whatever these are. And it's yeah, like it's so true. Like you have to show up for yourself. Even as your kids are older, like you still have to show up for yourself in some way. And that means the basics of life.
Yeah. The small things.
Yeah. If you take care of your body, you take care of your mind, you will naturally feel better.
Yep.
So you're making that progress forward.
Taking a shower sometimes too. It's like, just get up because I know once I'm out, it's just like, oh, I'm alive. I
Right.
think I can do one more thing.
Right.
It's just getting to one more thing. So,
Which is another good point about self love. It's being nice on to yourself on those days when that one thing is all you can do. Sometimes just getting out of bed isn't all you can offer the world. So that's what you offer the world. If you can't put on the brave face and do the things, then do just the one or two things you can do.
yeah.
And that is another form of self love, is listening to what your body's telling you. If your body's saying relax and rest, relax and rest. Don't let it go on for days. That causes depression. But if like here's a day that I just need to just not veg out, then let it happen. Because your body's telling you something, you gotta listen to what it's telling you.
Dan. So, like, with our past conversations, whatever, yeah. But, like, with relationships and self love, um, do you feel like you have to love yourself to be able to, like, let someone else in, or just in the dating realm?
No, okay. I think it helps. A lot of me, it helps. Of course it helps. Like that's stupid. Of course it helps. But it's not necessary. There's a lot of healing that can happen in those relationships if you allow it. You have to be open to that conversation with yourself or with your partner, even of like, here's where I'm at. Like, how do you see me? Getting that feedback is how we grow. And a lot of people don't want the feedback because they're scared of that feedback. And that's the only way you'll know what somebody else is thinking is by saying, hey, what do you think of me?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that you have to completely, like, have all this amazing self-love either. I'm mumbling, I'm sorry. Hopefully you can understand that. I don't think that you have to be completely in self-love with yourself, but, like, I do think that you do have to believe somehow, like, start practicing, I don't know, believing that you deserve, you're worthy of being treated well.
Yeah. You need to leave it by seeing the actions line up.
Yeah, not just the words.
Yeah. Actions. Yeah. So when you're hearing somebody saying something and they keep showing up and like they're saying, I like you, I want to spend time with you, and they keep showing up to spend time with you, they obviously mean they like you. Right.
Yeah.
So believe it. Don't let yourself keep like the anxiety kicks in and says, that's not true. They're just doing this because they want something. What if that's not true? Right. What if that's a lie we're telling ourselves? And they do want to spend time with you and they do care. You're limiting yourself by letting the anxiety speak. Yeah. What else you got for me? There, Christina over here today.
Whatever.
Stressing me out.
And I've kind of realized, like, self-love isn't feeling amazing about yourself every day, Like, it's choosing not to abandon yourself. Jerry knows. Hard times apply. So,
Right. It's choosing you every day.
yeah.
And that doesn't mean 100%, give it 100%. As it's just, yeah, I'm not going to body shame myself today.
Right.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's all I can offer you.
Just think about, like, what if your best friend is saying all of the awful things that you think about yourself, or saying to yourself, whether it's outward or, inward, and you like, what would you say to her, I mean, I ask you, silly, your friends. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Stand on breaks. Was you're getting on those negative things, girl. I ran a text message. She does not hate me.
I love you so much.
But yeah, if somebody's talking bad and I have the proof and I know it, like, especially now, like, I'm not gonna justify it. I'm not going to make excuses for it. It's just by like, if you're not adding to my life, friend, family, whoever you are, I don't care. If you're not adding to my life and you're just taking, I don't have the energy for that. I may have tolerated it some when I was younger, pre-sun times, like your shoe. But like, I would have tolerated it, but I would have kept you at a distance. So there was still some of that self-love there. It just wasn't as strong to say, no, I don't do, you don't need to talk to me like that. So that takes time.
Stop me if I feel like I don't mean what I feel like. If you need to blurb any of this out, it's okay. If you don't, it's kind of funny too. But like, do you have like a specific moment, like in your life when you finally started like choosing yourself? I mean, is there like a
I would say that the day I moved out of my ex's house, like that, the day I made that decision, and it was actually the day before because I moved out. Like, that's a crazy story, for another day. But the day I decided I'm done, like I don't deserve this. I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to live like this. Was the day that I was like, I have to show up for myself because this sucks. This life is miserable. This life is full of anxiety. This life is full of anger. This life is full of hatred. And I don't like who that puts out. I don't like who I'm presenting myself to be. So that was the day I decided I'm no longer going to live that way. And I chose to start healing and working through all the things that led up to that. And he played a pretty big role in a lot of the trauma, but there was a lot of trauma that happened before that I had to like accept, acknowledge, and move on from. And so that was when I was like, I'm done. And I'm done living this life. I'm done pretending like none of these things happened. I'm done pretending like I got my life together. I'm going to actually get my life together.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. It was so I could prepare it feel. That was so much so much work, so much therapy, and it was exhausting. And I just remember being so drained. And I think after a year, I was like, okay, I'm done with self care. Like I'm done with growth for a while because I am literally at my breaking point. I'm a big mental exhaustion, and I think I think I took a break from therapy for probably 6 to 8 months before I got back in because once your stuff started happening and trauma came up again. And so it rears its head. Oh, it's so lost in. It's just learning how to face it instead of run from it. And I think that was the meeting point for me is I'm now facing it instead of running from it. Running keeps you stuck.
Well, I know that. I feel like I've been running my whole life.
What about you? What was the time for you?
I don't know. Like, I don't think I like have a specific moment. It's like, I don't know, all the bunch of little moments. I think it was leaving relationships. I know we've talked about before that weren't giving me, what I deserved. Like speaking up when something felt wrong at work. I don't know, like all this past, not quite 2 months, but almost 2 months, it's really just like, I think really opened my eyes up to, those, hey, you've gotta do something for yourself. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking in circles, but I don't know. Just realizing I didn't have to keep hurting my worth to people who couldn't see it. Um, I'm still learning, but I think finally choosing peace over like people pleasing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't know. I can't like pinpoint like just one little thing. It's just like all of the things. Just I feel like compound. I've had all this time to like sit and think, and it's like I don't know.
So nice and so bad all at the same
It
time.
is. It has like I can't complain. Like I'm grateful that I've been given this time, but it too. It's just like in your head, too much is not always good. So
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. Even on a journal, it's just it's still there with me. Like I don't know. You got to take action. Right up. And like I don't think self love is like magically something you wake up. It isn't. Oh, yeah, that's good. I don't go like that either. Magically delicious. See, 'cause it's
leave it in the comments if you can remember. Because there you go. We figured it out. But Mike,
I don't need Legos. Anyway. But anyway, it's like something you practice. It's, every boundary, every apology you didn't owe someone. Like, that's such a, like, a huge thing for me. Like, I feel like I'll apologize for things. I'm like, even my kids notice, they're like, why are you sorry for that? I'm like,
yeah.
not real. It's just something that I've always done when I don't know. I feel like if I had to use my voice or like my own opinions, it's like, oh God, I'm sorry that I feel this way. But I don't know. It's like,
Right.
so, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of that people pleasing concept is the over apologizing. Uh, and there was a time when I did that a lot too. Sometimes I still can do that, but I catch myself like, why am I apologizing? Am I apologizing because I mean it, or am I apologizing to calm my anxiety? Um, or like to calm you from getting mad at me because I said something I know is going to cause a problem. And like, if you know me, like I don't necessarily run from conflict, so like that's not. I kind of went the opposite direction of people pleasing and went like, hey, let's have a shout, like let's go, let's throw it down if we have to. So I'm kind of learning about a balance of like, okay, like you can stand up for yourself, but you also need to know when it is appropriate to apologize and not always hold that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to just identify why. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
What is the reason? Lots of work to be done to learn to love yourself, but when you get there, even the process is like I don't think I'm like cured from it. Like again, I saw moments, right? Of course. More than I'd like to probably admit. But it's the journey is just so beautiful. And that's such a weird way to phrase that, but it really is. Because, like, looking back at how I was and how I am today, like, even how I carry myself is different.
You're gonna make me cry. So emotional because that's so sweet. But no, it really is like you think about it, like
Yeah.
where you've come from. I'm still here.
Yeah. And you would not even recognize who I was. Like, it's not like I was this, like, just ugly, hideous thing, but, like, I didn't make sure my actions and my words matched up. And today, like, if I say it, I mean it. There's no question.
Yeah.
Like, I say what I mean what I say. That's that. And if I say I'm going to do it, I might not do it when I think I'm going to do it, but I will get to it and it will happen. So I think we covered quite a bit. And continue about this, I'm sure. Maybe we will again.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll come back to all these things. Yeah.
Well,
I think that's enough for today.
we covered a lot.
And my anxiety is
They were the roof.
so yeah, that was a fun topic. Thank you guys for listening and joining us for today's episode. If you have questions, comments, leave them below, or you can email podcastbtr26@gmail.com. We'll see you next week.
See ya.